The man with the orange goggles, true story. Hi, my name is Angie and I'm going to tell you guys on the strangest things that have been happening for a couple years now. I live in a small city so nothing ever really happens around here. Maybe like one big thing happens every few years or so, but that's about it. When I was 11 years old, my parents decided to take my sister and I to a Star Trek convention, so I asked them if I could bring a friend, and they said yes, so I brought my best friend Parker. When my parents brought him home, his parents started chatting with mine. It was dark outside and only the moon was out, and Parker and I went to the back of his house, and might I add he has no fencing, and neither did his neighbors, so we could see all of their backyards. Parker got a bad feeling and got scared and ran to his parents, but the tough rebellious child I stayed. About 5 minutes later I looked up and saw a man in one of the neighbors' yards crouched over. It was dark, but from what the moon let me see, he was wearing a dark hoodie and jeans, but what struck me as odd was his orange goggles, and he had something covering his mouth. It looked like a bandana. He looked to be in his late teens, but I'm not sure. I screamed out of pure shock, and he snapped his head towards me and started to run at me. I turned around screaming and running towards Parker and both of our families, and told them everything, but they blew it off as my imagination. Parker went back there with me and the man was gone. Later that night I was in my kitchen drinking some water and spinning in my chair, when all of a sudden I hear tapping at the kitchen window. It was a slow tapping like someone was trying to scare me. I looked at the window and took off running to my parents' room and stayed until they made me go to bed in my room, which at the time I shared with my sister who is 2 years younger than me. It was around midnight and I just could not sleep. My bed is right next to the window of the room, so I decided to look out the window, and the moment I did I saw a man across the street with his hood casting a shadow over his face, so I could not see it, and I stared for a good minute. When I looked away for a split second he disappeared. I was so creeped out and I decided ice cream would make me feel better, so I went into the kitchen and started eating some ice cream. I started hearing tapping at the window again, and I thought I was just hearing things. Fast forward 2 years and I have my own room by now, and nothing has happened. Everything was normal. Nothing weird happens when all of a sudden every night I hear loud tapping at my window. I look and see if anyone is there. Nothing. This goes on for 3 months and I'm working on homework and I look out my window and see the same man with orange goggles looking at me. I calmly walked into the kitchen and asked my mom to help me with my homework, and I tried to forget what I saw. My mom starts helping me with the homework when I get a strange feeling, so I look out the window and I see the man again, but he runs off after he noticed I saw him. To this day I have not said anything to my family because they would call me possessed or crazy, but I still see the man with the orange goggles around, and it terrifies me. I'm having hard time sleeping now, so I'm going to seek help soon. Hopefully he leaves me alone. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button to support my work. And as always, enjoy the fear, my dear.